Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I thought I'd first start off by reviewing the difference between combinations and permutation. So what you see here before you are 5 dots. They're meant to represent 5 different types of donuts that you might go and buy from your favorite donut place. Now, these 3 dots, they represent students. See? So that's donuts. That red one, I think, maybe Boston cream or something like that. And the yellow one could be glazed, or your favorite donut. And those 3 dots represent some 3 students. Now let's imagine the donuts. And let's say I was going to go to a donut store and buy 5 donuts. Right? Now I tell the donut person, I like to get those 5 donuts. And they probably first would say, why don't you just buy a half a dozen, that's cheaper. But you say, no, I'm doing a math problem here. So I'm going to buy them 5 donuts, okay? And then they say, fine, I'll give you 5 donuts. Then they start putting the donut in the box, and then they start putting the red one first. Says, no. And then says, just put the green one first in the box. Says, why? It doesn't really matter. That's a good question, actually, right? Because does it really matter how they put the donuts in the box? Because in the end, the donuts will end up in the same box, right? So truly, it doesn't really matter how they go about choosing the donuts, and how in what order they go into the box, as long as they go into your box, right? So in this case, the order doesn't really matter how, in what order the donuts are picked, because they'll all end up in the same box anyways. Okay. Now let's go to the students. You might recognize them. Now let's say you're going to pick them students, and you're going to pick all 3 of them. But the order makes a difference, see? Whichever one you pick first is going to get the first prize, apparently based on, not on merit, but just the order that you pick them. So whoever you pick first is going to get the first prize, because they're all pretty much tied up or something like that for their order. So anyway, so whichever one you pick first is going to get first prize. Whichever one you pick second is going to get the second prize. And whichever you pick third is going to get the third prize. So if you pick blue to be first, they'll get the first prize. If you pick yellow to be first, they'll get the first prize. And if you pick red to be the first, they'll get the first prize. And the other 2 will probably be upset at you, but that's the way it is. So in this case, the order of choice and the order you pick them makes a difference. Donuts, it doesn't make a difference which way you pick, because they all go in the same box. Students, it makes a difference because the prizes is different for first, second, and third place. So these are 2 separate scenarios. The first one, where the order of choice, where you pick stuff from, doesn't make a difference. And the second scenario, where the order makes a difference. The scenarios where order does not make a difference, they're called combinations of choices. And the scenarios where order makes a difference, they're called permutations of choices. There are how many different types of permutation. For example, one permutation is blue, yellow, and red. A second permutation is blue, red, and yellow, etc. We call this combination, and you can label it as C. And we call this permutation, and we can label that as P for permutation.